Hello and welcome to another episode of Life in the Woods of Renaissance. This has been recorded about a week or so after the last video. So quite a bit has changed, and we'll come to that in just a moment. And don't tell me the sun's going down already. I just started. Okay, let's go and have a look what's going on. So the sun is going down, so let's do this quick. The vanilla crops have been removed from here. They have been added into this area over here. And we have moved around the new items to where they should be. So cranberry now is in a water area, and so on and so forth. I have recently found ginger. While digging around underground, I came across a number of gardens which had been spreading over time, because while I'm on the surface, things were spreading and growing underground. So I now have ginger, and the other crops have also been planted. The game is very quickly pushing me into going back indoors and showing you what's changed indoors. Cheers, game. Oh, and we've placed our scarecrow. So what's happened indoors? Well, let me see if I can... No, I can't, can I? Okay, things have altered, but we'll come to that in just a sec. I need to sleep in my bed. Okay, so we might as well start from here then. First things first. I now have a double bed with a view. Very nice. The guys down here are, they're still down here. Still looking sorry for themselves. Yes, you guys looking sorry for yourself. What do you want, celery? Don't have it. What do you want? Sesame seeds? I think I might have that somewhere. You want... Yeah, you want a whole load of stuff just to give me an unbreaking book. Because you're like, Yeah, don't like you guys. No, you're really disappointing me. We're getting somewhere with this guy, but we got stuck with beet. And tomato, but then rhubarb. So, yeah. But, swinging through here, and we'll go over some of the other things in a jiffy, but... Ainsley and Harriet can't cook, won't cook, as apparently set up shop. This pair have obviously decided to go into business together, having realised that I have no intention, or at least I don't appear to be showing any intention to cook my own meals. So let me have a look at this. We will cook a delicious meal if you bring us any of these. Or to be more precise, 16 of any of those. So we have our villager guy here who will trade us umpteen different things for an emerald. And we have our guy over here who will trade an emerald for food. That's still annoying me. If there's a way around that, I need to know. We've expanded at the back. We've widened out what was the small corridor leading to the ladder that went down. There's a very good reason for that. I'll show you how on earth did we end up with a bat in here? Do you wanna find your way out? It's a bit like when you get a fly or something in the house. They never head for the exits. They always just hover around, throw themselves at random walls. Come on. Don't make me kill you. I will kill you. Don't make me do it. If I... No. Oh. Yeah. No. No. Yeah. Well, if you will, fly in front of me. Really? Excuse me a moment, gents. Okay, where were we? I've arranged the crate chest somewhat. Oh yes, yes. What to show you first? Okay, so the main reason that I haven't been recording for a bit is I'm mostly concentrating on our vertical shaft going down. It makes for incredibly boring video, although it does bore me to the point where I start making minor changes, as you can see. So it's, on the one hand, I've not recorded because it's boring what I've been doing. On the other hand, because it's been boring, I've made some changes that perhaps I could have recorded. Hey ho, hey ho. Right, so, but anyway, digging out that vertical shaft, which I will show you in just a moment, netted me, for start off, 6 ton of tight cobblestone, or however you meant to say that. My seeds. Don't need those. And also all of this. So yeah, dirt, gravel, marble, quite a bit of redstone, quite a bit of coal, 8 diamonds, a bit of salt. Oh, that's right, and a sesame seed, which came from, where did that come from? Came from one of the underground gardens. And then I turned it into a seed, and I'm not entirely sure if it needs to be a seed or not. In fact, I don't even know if I've got a space for sesame seed. No. Is this something that grows in water or not? Let's just pop it in where sunflower is for now, and we'll see if it pops off or if it grows. Let's go and grab some compost. Let's get some of this going. Just move the chisel out of the way. And let's go and see if we can unlock anything with the guy that wants sesame seeds. Yeah, compost not quite as good as bone meal. Okay, we'll leave you there for now, and I'll kind of try and think about where you go. You are Pam's Harvest Craft, but you were never on my original list. No, don't see any entry for I think this is the problem with consulting wikis, which probably are for the latest version of Pam's Harvest Craft and not the, or even for an older one and not whichever one this is based on. This is 1.10, 1.7.10, I think. Okay. Let's go and check which of these guys down here wanted sesame seeds. Oh, it's one of these, isn't it? Ah, yes. Could this be the start of a beautiful friendship? Emeralds for 7 apples. I'm not keen, but chili peppers for, you never know, it might be. I'm not quite sure if Ainsley and Harriet have got any room for him up here, because they've yeah, no, you guys are just nice and cozy there, aren't you? Nice and cozy. Okay, let's put these apples away. Do apples go? Yeah, put them in there for now. Some very rudimentary sorting there. Very rudimentary. Started using these sorts of torches. Torch error. Yep, torch error. Okay. Still cast light though. And then we go down here. So we did used to have a ladder that went down the vertical shaft. That started to give me vertigo. So, yeah, no. So we now have a very long ladder made out of bamboo. And the same bamboo that we got outside, because basically... Oh yes, a light there. Because basically that was easier than trying to get all the wood. Okay, move to the middle. Are we ready for this? There we have it, folks. And just like a normal desert temple, you have your smooth sandstone blocks at the bottom. You have your chiseled on the next layer above that, and then smooth above that, and then everything above is sandstone, which is then represented by these types of blocks. Not entirely sure about the colouring now, looking back on it, but it's what it is now. It's what I've got. So, yeah. This was so awkward. I mean, if you look at these areas where I haven't quite put the underside in yet, you can see there's quite a bit of the comatite cobblestone. Now, that if you remember, we had a number of... We had basically a large open area at the bottom of here. It's going dark. And down here. Oh, well, never mind. We had a large open area, which meant that when I dug down here, I then found I had to actually build some walls to back behind these areas, because otherwise it would just be a thin layer of sandstone and nothing behind, and that was a bit... don't want to do that. I want it to be at least relatively secure, because I think if I go... the danger of... oh no, you know what, let's not fiddle with it. So put that back there. One of these oh yeah, it is getting dark now. One of these directions, yeah. And these torches, I have gone all over this with F3, and I'm pretty convinced that these torches are sufficient to stop mobs from spawning, but they are not sufficient to make things nice and bright and light down here. Where's the way out? Where's the way out? It's one of these sides. There it is. So pop that back there, and that one above. Yep, that's the right sort. So this is my sort of secret up and downy. It won't be part of the... well, it'll still be there when the build is finished, but it won't be a normal way of travelling up and down from the bottom. But for now, it is. Let's go sleep. Let's not leave the door open, because that's really, really silly. As you can see, I've also opened the windows up somewhat. I've done that, and I've also removed quite a bit of the stone from underneath here as well, as you can see. Part of that is because if we have a look at our sandstone supplies, we're a little bit low. We're a lot low. I don't think there's anything I can do with quicksand. I don't think I can dry out quicksand and turn it into sand, as far as I'm aware. So there is going to come a point where we start running out of sand, and I am going to have to come out here and start carving out these hillsides some more. Which is fine anyway, because I'm going to have to do that for the build. But I suppose there'll also come a point where I'll start taking out the sand from under our feet and replace it with something else. That is such weird colouring. Okay, so that is where we are. Let me see if I can sleep. You can't rest now, there's monsters nearby. Well, fine. You can wait for the sun to come up and you can burn up in the sun. Let me have a look at... So we got to this guy, and the last thing we had was 16 chicken, and I basically said, well, that's that then. Do we have... How much chicken do we have? We only have one. Seriously? We only have one chicken? Okay. I may have to go and check the traps when the sun comes up. Because I'm really tempted to unlock that 16 chicken just to find out what is beyond. The other question as well is, do I need a chicken pen of my own? Because it probably would be quite nice to have some chickens. Oh yeah, the sesame seed. Where are we going to put the sesame seed? It should go here where the soybean is, which means everything else would have to move over. That's annoying. You solve one conundrum and then you find another. I'm going to put the vanilla crops back in here because 3 of the crops that we recently got all turned out to be water ones. So I was using the water troughs rather than the garden soils. He's like, I've got 3 gaps, I'll move those in. Clump. And I can use this for plant Megapack, which if you've been looking at anybody else's videos, in particular, give a shout out to Greyhead Gamer, who has been planting plant Megapack and has recently found it started to grow as of the last update. So I may start looking at plant Megapack, although probably I don't know. What do you have to do for all of the crops? I suppose if it's a plant Megapack recipe, if it wants leek and say yellow peppers, it's going obviously yellow peppers is plant Megapack, but it's going to want the leeks from plant Megapack and not the ones from Pam's Harvest Craft. Well, they soon move in on us. Don't panic, it's fine. They can't go in. I've made sure of it. Probably chasing after you guys anyway. They can smell your fear better than anybody else's. Yeah. Okay, so I shall wait for daytime, and then we'll carry on and check the traps from there. Right, let's go and take a look and see if we have anything additional in our traps. Not wearing my flippers, am I? Doesn't feel like I'm wearing my flippers. Oh well, never mind. Ooh. Well, it's a little bit of checking. Not a lot. I need to... Oh yeah, so I have to replenish. I doubt there's much point in checking the one over there. I actually think it's out of range, but... Okay. So I think we've done as much as we can do. In terms of trading stuff, etc. At least until I can get a decent source of chicken meat. So what I will do, however, is start having a look at the floor of our chasm. So, for which I've started keeping the tools sort of up here and swapping them around as and when needed. So let's harvest this lot because I am going to need the wood. So the general idea is the floor of the vertical shaft, I need to think of a much better name for it than that, is going to be slabs. So nothing can spawn down there even if the light level is pretty poor. I do want to get some lighting down there. It's probably going to be in the form of using carpenter's blocks and glowstone. Although I may try and do some fancy chandeliers or other such lights. Let's replant these. But for now, well actually I suppose that's the point, isn't it? If we're going to do that, I'm going to need carpenter's blocks and plenty of them. Yes, indeedy. I'm also going to need even more sand and sandstone than what I've got at the moment, which is a little bit woeful. That is not going to cover the floor. I suppose if I turn it into slabs and use carpenters, yeah, that would kind of work. Yeah. There'll come a point where I'll basically need to completely decimate this whole area around me. If you think of how much I've already dug out in terms of the areas over there, and all that has mainly gone into building what we've built so far, and that's what, 1/10 of the whole structure, really. If you think about how much that there is to build, because it's going to have to come all the way out to, you see that gap over, is that gap? No, it's just beyond that gap actually. It's going to have to come all the way out to here. So you have a big wall going up and then it'll sort of, yeah. What to do. I know I want to use, yeah, I'll tell you what, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move all this lot. Let's grab all of that. All the cobblestone in here. Is that, no, that's diorite, that's not cobblestone. If it's a type of cobblestone, it goes in here. Anything else in here? Diorite, gravel, dirt, gravel, granite, andesite. No, cobblestone goes in here. Limestone gets its own box simply because there's that much of it. There really is. Redstone, I suppose, goes in. Wow. Not much room in there, is there? Okay, so redstone and all that sort of stuff, it's going to have its own place, I think. Yeah. swap a bit of this round, I think. And this one here. Aha. Excellent. So now what I can do is, if I combine these up, roughly speaking, probably could have done that much better, but never mind. Gather as much as I can. Let's do the coal. Oops. Uh-huh. I don't suppose there's salt blocks, is there? And there is as well. Compressed salt block. Now the only question is, if I have one of those, can I turn that back? I can as well. That's impressive. Okay. 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 Let's try and offload some of this coal. There. Salt block. Let's try and do the same with the iron. Well, we know we can do the same with the iron. That's how iron works. Gold. Diamonds probably shan't bother because I'm about to use those. So, going to need at least 5. So let's put those there. Let's see, most common thing is always redstone. Redstone is always the most common thing that you end up getting. Second most common is probably coal, iron, gold or somewhere over here. I think salt is going to be there, I suspect. Lapis. Do we have? Can I now pick up the rest of? I can. Lovely. So let's take all this out. Didn't really refine the iron, did I? What happens if we make a block of iron? Is the block of refined iron? It is a block of refined iron. Okay. Whereas that's just a block of iron. So the two are not going to stack. No. Can I do that? I can. Yeah, with hindsight, it's probably best to refine the iron as and when you need to use it. So where would I normally put salt? Is that a Pam's thing? Saltpeter. Salt. Okay. I'll just put the salt in there as well, since it turns into blocks. Makes life a little bit easier. I know it's not technically an ore, but this is an old system that I always tend to use. Turn things into blocks. It makes it easier to store them. More gold. Lapis. Yep. Lovely, looking a lot better already. Other blocks, that dirt can go away. Just resort. Oh, gravel. So that just leaves that for armor stuff, which we can transfer some more stuff in there at some point. Okay, did we plant those, didn't I? I did replant those. Okay. So, what we should do is, no, put that on, is make ourselves a diamond pickaxe and go get ourselves some obsidian. And then we can do two things. We can make an enchanting table, and we can make a portal to the nether. Definitely some mobs around. So, I'm hoping there isn't lava directly underneath. But there could be. And this will take some time. So, I shall see you on the next episode. Like, comment and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.